Ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight to the point. The clock is ticking. Every single second of your life is slipping away, whether you're paying attention or not. The question is, are you serious about making those seconds count, or are you letting them vanish into the void? One Netflix episode, one meaningless distraction at a time. Let's talk about something we often take for granted: time. Every day we're given a gift. 8, 6, 4, 0, 0 seconds. That's it. That's what you have to work with each day, and it's non-refundable. You can't roll it over to tomorrow. You can't put it in a savings account, and you can't get more. Once it's gone forever. The problem is that most people don't treat time with the respect it deserves. They squander it like they've got an unlimited supply. Let me tell you something that might sting. You don't have forever. Life is not a dress rehearsal, and the clock doesn't stop ticking just because you're not paying attention. So why does this matter? Because understanding the value of time is the foundation of being serious about your life. Think about how often we procrastinate, waste hours on distractions, or put off our dreams until someday. What is someday? It's a fantasy, an excuse to delay action. The truth is, someday never comes. The only time you have is right now. So imagine for a moment that time is money and every second is worth $1. If you had $86,400 deposited into your bank account every morning, but whatever you didn't spend by the end of the day disappeared forever, how would you use it? You wouldn't waste it, would you? You'd find ways to make every dollar count. Yet when it comes to our time, we slip through our fingers as if it's worthless. Scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, worrying about things we can't control. These are all thieves stealing your most precious resource. Being serious with your life means treating your time like the treasure it is. It's not about being rigid or eliminating fun. It's about being intentional. Every moment you spend is an investment in your future, whether you realize it or not. The question is, what are you investing in? Are you putting your time into things that align with your goals and values, or are you letting it drain away on things that don't matter? Now, let me be clear, understanding the value of time doesn't mean you need to be productive every second of every day. Rest, relaxation, and joy are vital parts of a well-living life. But there's a difference between intentional rest and aimless distraction. When you're serious about your life, even your downtime has purpose. You rest so you can recharge and come back stronger. You enjoy life's pleasures fully because you know they're part of the bigger picture. Here's another thing to consider. Time is not distributed equally. Some people live to be 100, while others only get a few decades. None of us know how much time we have, and that uncertainty should fuel your urgency, not your fear. Don't wait for a perfect moment to start living seriously, because perfection doesn't exist. The perfect moment is now, because perfection doesn't exist. The perfect moment is now. Every choice you make with your time is a vote for the person you want to become. Spend your time learning and you'll grow. Spend it on meaningful relationships and you'll build connections that enrich your life. Spend it pursuing your goals and you'll create a future you're proud of. But if you waste it, you'll look back one day and wonder where it all went. Let me leave you with this. When you truly grasp the value of time, your perspective shifts. You start prioritizing what matters. You let go of trivial concerns and focus on the big picture. You stop saying, I don't have time, because you realize it's not about having time, it's about making time for what's important. So as you walk out of here today, I want you to think about your 86400 seconds. How will you use them? Will you let them slip away, or will you make them count? Let's talk about clarity of vision, because this is a game changer. Without it, you are like a ship lost at sea, drifting wherever the waves take you. You're reacting to life instead of creating it. You're stumbling through days hoping something will happen rather than intentionally building the life you want. In order to be serious with your life, you must know exactly what you want, and more importantly, why you want it. This is the foundation of everything. It's not enough to just want success, wealth, or happiness. Those are vague, abstract desires, and vagueness leads to aimlessness. What does success look like to you? What does happiness truly mean in your life? If you don't define these things, how can you possibly measure whether you're moving in the right direction? Without clarity, there's no true focus. And without focus, progress is slow or non-existent. So how do you gain clarity? It starts with asking yourself tough questions. What are you passionate about? What drives you to wake up in the morning full of purpose? It's time to dig deep and ask yourself not just what you want to achieve, but why it matters. The stronger your why, the more power you'll have to push through challenges. When you're clear on your vision, obstacles don't seem as daunting. You see them as part of the process, and you're willing to go through them because your end goal is so important to you. You don't let setbacks deter you because you know what you're working toward is bigger than any temporary hurdle. But clarity of vision isn't just about having a goal, it's about aligning everything you do with that goal. Every decision you make must be evaluated against your vision. Is this step moving me closer to where I want to be, or is it taking me off course? When you're clear on your vision, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't serve your purpose. You stop wasting time and energy on distractions. Every moment becomes an opportunity to get closer to your dream, not an opportunity to squander. The power of clarity lies in its ability to keep you focused, even when life gets chaotic. There will be moments when you feel lost, when you doubt yourself, when the world feels overwhelming. But if your vision is clear, if your purpose is well defined, it becomes your anchor. It pulls you back when you drift off course, keeps you grounded when uncertainty creeps in, and reminds you that your journey is worth it. It is this clarity that gives you the courage to take action, even when the path is unclear or challenging. Now, let's dive into ownership of responsibility. This is where most people miss the mark. They want success, they want change, but they aren't ready to take full responsibility for their own lives. Instead, they look for excuses. They blame the economy, their upbringing, bad luck, or even other people. But the moment you begin blaming external factors for your lack of progress, you give away your power. As you stop being the driver of your life and start being a passenger, hoping someone else will steer you toward where you want to go. Taking ownership means recognizing that you are in control. You are responsible for where you are right now and for where you're going. No one is coming to save you. If you want to improve your financial situation, your relationships, your career, or your health, it starts with you. No one can do this for you. Taking responsibility means acknowledging your role in your success and failures. It means recognizing that the choices you make day after day compound over time. If your life isn't where you want it to be, it's time to ask yourself, what choices have I been making that got me here? The power of responsibility is incredibly liberating. When you take full ownership, you stop being a victim of circumstance. Instead of feeling helpless or resentful, you realize that you have the ability to change your circumstances by changing your actions. The path you're on right now is a result of the choices you've made so far. But here's the exciting part. You can choose differently, starting today. You don't need permission. You don't need the approval of others. All you need is the willingness to own your decisions and the courage to act on them. When you own your actions, you stop blaming others and you stop waiting for things to change before you do. You become the architect of your own destiny. You realize that no one else is going to live your life for you. This understanding can be the most empowering thing in the world. With responsibility comes the power to transform your life. When you stop making excuses and take full ownership of your situation, you take back control, and that is when the magic happens. So today, I challenge you. Do you have clarity in your vision? Are you truly taking responsibility for your life? The answers to these questions will determine the future you create. The moment you become serious about defining your vision and owning your actions, everything changes. You will stop being a passive observer in your life and become the active creator of it. That's where true power lies. Life doesn't wait for you to get serious about it. Time is passing, and every second is either moving you closer to the life you want or further away from it. That's why understanding the value of time, having clarity of vision, and taking full ownership of your choices are non-negotiable if you want to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. These aren't just ideas. They're the principles that separate those who thrive from those who merely survive. Number 2, first, let's address the concept of time. Every day you're gifted 8,6,400 seconds. And once they're gone forever. Yet most of us live as though we have an unlimited supply. We waste hours on distractions, put off our goals for someday, and hope the future will somehow bring us what we want. But here's the hard truth. There is no someday. There's only now. If you're not using your time to build the life you want, then you're wasting the most valuable resource you'll ever have. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to how they spend their time. Success doesn't require massive leaps. It requires consistent, intentional action day after day. Every moment you spend wisely is an investment in your future. Every moment you waste is an opportunity lost forever. Every moment you waste is an opportunity lost forever. But time alone isn't enough. You also need clarity of vision. It's not enough to work hard. You must know where you're going. Life without a clear vision is like driving a car without a destination. You might move, but you won't get anywhere meaningful. What does success look like to you? What kind of life do you want to create? These aren't questions you can ignore if you're serious about your future. Vague desires lead to vague results. If you want real progress, you need to define your vision in vivid detail. Picture it, feel it, write it down, make it so real in your mind that it pulls you forward every single day. And remember, this vision isn't just about what you want to achieve. It's about the kind of person you want to become. So once you have that clarity, the next step is taking full ownership of your life. This is where many people falter because it's hard to admit that the results we see today are the outcome of the choices we've made. It's much easier to blame external factors, other people, bad luck, the economy. But every time you do, you give away your power. True ownership means looking at your life as it is and saying, this is my responsibility. If I don't like where I am, it's up to me to change it. This is when this mindset is liberating because it puts you back in control. It reminds you that while you can't change the past, you can absolutely change the future by the choices you make today. And this leads us to commitment. Commitment is what separates dreams from reality. It's the force that keeps you moving when motivation fades, when challenges arise, and when the path forward seems unclear. Commitment isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying the course, even when it's hard. The truth is, most people quit when things get uncomfortable. Eventually, you get to a point where the pain becomes the fun, and it seems hard enough. They give up when success doesn't come quickly or easily, but if you're serious about your life, you must be willing to endure discomfort and delay gratification. You must be willing to do what others won't so you can achieve what others can't. So let me ask you, are you spending your time wisely? Do you have a clear vision for your life? Are you taking full responsibility for your choices? And most importantly, are you committed to the journey? The answers to these questions will determine the quality of your future. You can't afford to be casual about your time, your vision, or your actions. Life is too short and too precious for that. The good news is that it's never too late to get serious about your life. No matter where you are or what's happened in the past, you can start today. You can decide right now to value your time, clarify your vision, take ownership, and commit fully to the path ahead. Because in the end, the life you want is not out of reach. It's simply waiting for you to step up and claim it. In the end, life is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. Every moment, every decision, and every action contributes to the story you're writing. The question is, are you writing a story worth telling? Your time is your most valuable resource. Don't waste it. Your vision is your guiding star. Don't lose sight of it. Your responsibility is your power. Don't give it away. And your commitment is the fuel that will drive you forward even when the road gets tough. The truth is, no one else can do this for you. No one else will hand you the life you dream of. But that's not something to fear. It's something to embrace, because the fact that you hold the pen in your hand means you have the power to create a masterpiece. So as you walk out of here today, remember this: life is short, but it is full of possibility. Be serious about it. Take your time, your vision, your responsibility, and your commitment seriously. The future isn't waiting. It's being shaped right now by the choices you make. Make them count.